This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Happy Saturday. I figured we'd get started early like the Dodgers did today. 4 in the first. And it was history from there. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast, which, by the way, comes on right after the game. Instant reaction on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get $200 bonus dollars when your first $5 bet is a winner. Well, that game was fun, I guess. It probably would have been more fun if you were there. Watching it, like when it's such a rout, I mean, it's a little, takes the shine off it a little bit. It's kind of like you start to feel sorry for the opposition, or you start to think that tomorrow is going to be a letdown. Somebody, I think it was ADK, called it the refractory period the last time the Dodgers did this. And again, is it my imagination, or are the Dodgers doing this a lot lately? And it's not just the Dodgers. Nick Leva, this is funny. Last time we scored 1 million runs, we got swept by the Angels. That's amazing. That's so true. Yeah. So again, I couldn't help but think of all of those things because I, again, you look at this and you go, that's fun. That's cool. Way to go. Nice job. But, are there repercussions for this? Did they waste it? I mean, look, it is what it is, right? It's baseball. Very unpredictable. You have these days. The Yankees are a good team. They have the biggest lead in any division in all of baseball. They have 35 wins, just like the Dodgers. And, you wouldn't be surprised if the Dodgers did this again tomorrow. You also probably wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees did this to the Dodgers tomorrow. I think after today, by the way, it's 18-2 in the 9th inning, if you are listening and not watching. Both runs for the Yanks, courtesy of Aaron Judge home runs. Whew. That dude can hit, man. Crazy. And for how big he is, batting average is 2 points shy of 400. Holy cow. His slug is 778. Wowza. But yeah, that's their offense. Aaron Judge today. But for the Dodgers, anybody want to put a crown on Max Muncey's head? I do.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Max Muncy, 7 runs batted in today. 2 home runs. Home run number 200 and 201. He has definitely got it going. Average of 220. OPS at a little over 700. Not great, but hey, he's hitting the ball. And he hits, when he starts hitting those mammoth bombs to right field like he did today, 400 feet and 417, I believe, was the first one. 410 was the second one for 201 in the 5th inning. Though that means he's going well. And he almost hit another one like that. Launched it to right field that just went outside of the fair foul pole. It's funny. Do we call it the fair pole when the ball is fair and the foul pole when the ball is foul? It should be called the fair pole, because when the ball hits it like it did for his second home run of the game, it's fair. So that pole is in fair territory, not foul territory. We've called it foul pole forever, but we should be calling it the fair pole. Hae-Sung Kim should also be player of the game, according to the real 005. Honorable mention, let's do that, for all of the 4-hit guys. Tommy Edman had 4 hits. Hae-Sung Kim with 4 hits. Andy Pajes went deep, only hit of the game for him. Conforto was Teo was 0 for. He left the game early. Rojas 0 for. 2 hits for Kike, who came in late. Freddie Freeman 2 for 3, 2 runs scored and an RBI. He's batting .374. The slug a little over 1,070, which brings me to another interesting stat that I heard today.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Not surprisingly, the Dodgers hitting the ball very well. Their problems lie in the defense, specifically the pitching and the injuries. But it's starting to get a little bit better when you've got Landon Knack going 6 in back-to-back outings. That's good to see. But Dodgers number 1 in all of baseball in average and hitting with runners in scoring position. Those are good stats to be on top of the heap of. But also good to know that 3 of the 4 top hitters in the National League in OPS are Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani. Then Schwarber of the Phillies is 3rd, and Will Smith is 4th. So doing a lot of good things offensively. And we have a final 18-2. So what is that? In football terms, 6-6. So 6-6 is 12. And then so 3 touchdowns, and they went for 2 on all 3 and they missed. So that's how they got to 18. And the Yankees with the safety. 18-2. Ha-Sung Kim, 4 hits. That dude's batting average is .422. I know it's not a full sample size because he came up late, but he just continues to get it done. Day after day, game after game. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Ohtani started the game with a single. Not quite a home run. Come on, what are you doing? You're letting us down with these singles.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Not very often. Well, on occasion, I guess with Ohtani as your leadoff hitter, you could say the turning point is the first at bat of the game. You could frequently say it's the first pitch of the game with Shohei. Today he got on with a single that led to a 4-run first, and the Dodgers never looked back from there. They built a 10-0 lead by the end of the second when Ha-Sung Kim went deep. Tommy Edman with the double in the second. Muncy hit his first home run of the game. Edman had a double in the first and a double in the second. Will Smith knocked in the first run. Max Muncy knocked in the second run. And don't know if you mentioned this or if I mentioned this yet, but Max Muncy had 7 RBI today. That's a heck of a good day. Conforto with an RBI on a sac fly to make it 4-0. And then they piled on in the second. The 5th, Freddie Freeman doubled to right, scoring Kim and Ohtani. Everyone was on base. I mean, they're just oxygen, please. I'm tired of running around the bases. I mean, this game was a complete laugher, a boat race, all of those terms. Whichever one you choose to describe this game at, it's not wrong. Because he is this team is just on fire today. They could really do no wrong. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, place to hang out when every game is done. And we appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince during the week, Monday through Friday. They are the Locked On Daily Dodgers hosts, and they'll be filling in for me a little bit next weekend because I'll be on vacation, but I'm going to do most of the Mets series from my trip, and because I'll have 2 hours in my pocket, so that should be no problem to handle those games. And then Jeff and Vance, or one of those 2 guys, is going to handle the Cardinals series and game 1 of the Padres series. So Dodgers have a tough slate of games coming up. But the way they're playing right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem in spite of the bullpen issues. So did Kike close? Mr. Seabad, Kike for Cy Young. We'll get to the pitching after the break. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Today's episode brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable source to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right the first time. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 top brands, excuse me, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. And if you're a member of the Trade Masters program, which is free, by the way, they offer exclusive perks like free shipping and a dedicated phone line, plus discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it is your turn. So head over to supplyhouse.com and put a / and then put TM there, and you can start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Use the promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. The Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel after an 18-2 win. What is Aleda Andy Taylor? Pretty simple. I like this. Go Dodgers, go. I mean, of course, that's what they did today. They went. They laid it on. Tim G. Kim with a 442 average and a 1,058 OPS. Pretty darn good in a small sample size. Absolutely. He is on fire. Competent hitter. Bat to ball skills are amazing. And he's not trying to hit home runs, which makes today even a little bit more special, but it's good to see that he's capable of that. Ironic in a game like this that Ohtani did not go deep and struck out twice. Dalton Rushing came in and hit a home run. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. He had 3 RBI on the day. Teo, it's got to be frustrating for anybody on a day like today that doesn't have a hit, right? At least for Conforto, who didn't have a hit. He had an RBI on the sac fly, walked twice, scored a run. So he was out there. Teo scored a run too on a walk. Miggy was over. Kike, 2 hits. As far as the pitching goes, Kike closed. What? No save? Come on. It was only 18-2. 7 pitches, gave up 1 hit. A new Dodger, probably the newest Dodger, I think it's safe to say. Stratton, who they got from the Royals, went 1 inning, gave up 1 run on 1 hit. That was a homer to Aaron Judge, which was right down Main Street. 18 pitches for him, and now an 8 ERA. Bonda came in, 2 Ks, 1 walk, 19 pitches to get out of the frame after he took over for Landon Knack, who, by the way, 6 innings in back-to-back games. Very nice to see, as he is doing everything in his power to give the bullpen a bit of a rest. 3-2 now after the 6 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 1 run, walked 3. Don't love that. But 6 Ks. Had the changeup working nice. Kept his fastball where it needed to be, not up in the zone. But again, it's also got to be tough for a guy like him when you're up 10-0 in the second inning to focus and say, all right, let's keep going. Right. It's just hard. It's like in tennis when the guy or girl on the other side has cramps and you're winning because they can't move. A lot of times that becomes an issue for the healthy person. Because they start to feel bad for the opposition, or they lose focus. And sometimes these games, not that they would have lost being up 10-0, that would have been a disaster on top of a disaster, but sometimes you lose focus, and it was good to see the Dodgers did not. They kept going. 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 6 in the second rather, 4 in the fifth, 1 in the seventh, 3 in the eighth. They spread it out 18-2. Holy cow. And Aaron Judge, 398 batting average. OPS, so 778 is the slug, and this on-base percentage is 490. So that'd be 5 and 7, 12 plus. Wow. Dude is an amazing hitter. I would love to see somebody hit 400. I don't care who it is. Because we've said for years and years and years, no one is ever going to hit 400. And the reason that people say that is because of the media pressure that will surround that person, that they won't be able to keep it up just because of they'll get exhausted from dealing with the media and all the pressure that will come with it. Just like we thought in the NCAA basketball tournament that a 16 would never beat a 1. Well, that happened. I think at some point, we may not be here to see it, but at some point, somebody's going to hit 400 again. It just surprises me that Aaron Judge could be the guy, because he's a big guy and he's a home run hitter. He's not a singles hitter he's not a guy that hits for average, but he's doing both right now. And I've never been around Aaron Judge in person, but one of my buddies who covers the Dodgers and the Angels, all the Southern California teams, put up a post on Instagram the other day he was at the first game of this series, and he was like, Aaron Judge walked by me in the hall, and my friend's like 6'1", 6'2", not a huge guy, but bigger than most. He was like, Aaron Judge walked by me in the hall, and I felt like I was 4'2". I'm paraphrasing to a certain extent, but he was like, damn, I felt small next to him, because Aaron Judge is such a big guy. And I've experienced that before with other professional athletes that you've only seen on TV, then you see him in person and you're like, holy cow, that guy's so much bigger than I thought. I remember thinking that about both Serena Williams and Venus Williams when I saw them at the ESPYs one year. Just so much more tall and muscular. And Serena is, or was anyway, the bigger of the two. And I'm almost positive this was Venus. And I was like, wow, she's so strong and tall and just imposing. It was just surprising. And Aaron Judge is like that, on steroids. Not literally. Sorry. Can't say steroids. And when you're talking about professional athletes, I didn't mean it literally. I meant it figuratively. So, we'll see what happens tomorrow. 18-2 tonight. Dodgers get the win. LANDON KNACK. It says he's 3-2, and then it says he's 2-2. So I'm not exactly sure what he is. I will go with 3-2 because that makes more sense. Yeah, 3-2. Warren suffers the loss. He's 3-3. Dodgers 21 hits in all, and held the Yankees to just 7. I feel like we've touched on all the highlights, and really no lowlights to speak of. Hard to find one if there is, but tomorrow the Dodgers will look for the sweep over the Yankees. ESPN game of the week, 4:00 start again, first day of June. So Shohei Ohtani finishes the month of May with 15 home runs to tie the Dodger record. It'll be Yamamoto trying to complete the sweep for the Dodgers against Ryan Yarbrough. Again, first pitch 4:00, and we'll be here right afterwards to break it down. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Appreciate the comments as always. Appreciate all you guys following and watching and participating and listening, whether it's on YouTube or wherever you find your podcasts. I am Pete Fox. We'll talk tomorrow. Take care. Have a good night.